Today we're heading to Dead Horse Point State Park, one of Utah's most breathtaking destinations. Located near Moab, this park offers stunning views, rich history, and a variety of outdoor activities. So join us as we explore this unique part of the world. Dead Horse Point is famous for its dramatic viewpoints, especially the Dead Horse Point Overlook, where you can gaze down 2,000 feet to the Colorado River below. The dirt road below us is Shateford Trail. It's a really beautiful scenic drive that was originally used by Indians to reach the mesas above to hunt. It was later improved by a man named John Schaefer in 1916 to transport his cattle back and forth from winter and summer pastures. Later, when uranium was discovered here, the Atomic Energy Commission widened the road so haul trucks could transport the ore back to Moab. In fact, most of the roads used for recreation today in this area were improved by the Atomic Energy Commission. If you have a four-wheel drive, high-clearance vehicle, and a spare hour or so, this trail is definitely worth the effort. You might have noticed something else unusual here. Two bright blue lakes in the distance. These are solar evaporation ponds used to make potash. Potash is potassium chloride, a salt that was deposited here by an ancient sea that used to be here. Water is pumped down into the salt formation, where the salt then dissolves and is pumped out into these vinyl-lined solar evaporation ponds. A blue dye is added to the water to speed up the evaporation process. Local refinery then turns the potash into plant fertilizer. What an amazing setting to work from, though. You might be wondering how the park got its name. According to legend, in the late 1800s, a group of cowboys corralled a herd of wild mustangs on this tall mesa that was only accessible through a narrow bottleneck entrance. Once inside, the cowboys fenced in this entrance, trapping the horses. They then kept the best horses for themselves, leading behind the rest of the herd, where they later died of thirst, giving the park its eerie name. With the several 100-foot drop-offs on all sides, there was no way for the horses to escape. Poor horses, as we continue along this path, they'll be able to see the narrow neck that's only 30 yards wide, and the remains of the old fence that the cowboys built to corral their horses. But first, let's stop and take one more look at this beautiful scenery. Really unlike any other place in the world. With a lot of visitors here from Europe and also from Asia. Here we can see the remains of the old fence that the cowboys built to trap the horses. This area here is only 30 yards wide. This road here goes up to the end of the mesa, and the Dead Horse Point overlook with the nice view of the Colorado River 2,000 feet below. Here's more of the old fence, and in the distance, the solar evaporation ponds. And then over the edge, here's the other sheer cliff that trapped the horses. I think this is as close as I'll get to the edge. I don't want him to rename this place Dead Tourist Point. Let's walk up a little bit further and get one last look at this side of the mesa. Soak it all in before we have to leave. Really an amazing spot, though. I'm glad we came.